Now we have the question, okay, I have my Twitter account, I'm tweeting, who should I follow? Who do I want to follow me? If you're a business, you want to think in terms of local people, local businesses and so forth, because those are people that can use your business. So what you want to look at is start typing either other businesses that are similar to yours, and so you can look at their lists and who they're following, and then also look in terms of your other friends that live in the area and see who they're following. Because what happens is you start to see a trend of folks in your area as a business that would, once you follow them, the trend is normally for them to follow you back. At least that's the customary idea. Not everybody does, but it's just one of those things that you have to figure out. But the idea is to get them to follow you back as you following them. And then sending a nice little message via email, thanks for following me, let me know what's coming up. One of the people that I'm following now used the term nice to tweet you, things like that. Just you're developing a quality relationship. And that's the big thing with social media nowadays, is you're developing relationships on a 1-to-1 ratio. They're actually, that specific person who's following you is actually reading your stuff. So it's like an advertisement geared towards one person, if you catch the idea of what I'm saying here. So what we do is you develop by following the folks that are in your area, and they start following you back. You want to keep going back and forth, like to look at what they're doing, so you have an idea of what they're doing, and in turn, they look at what you're doing, then comment every now and then on something that you've seen. Like for instance, with Mike has a pet sitting business. He would probably put something on there about, in this case, maybe something about his cat that he's sitting, or maybe it's the time of a year where they need some type of medication or something like that. Something of interest that would, to a pet owner, would be proved to be valuable. Obviously, as you develop your list, you're obviously thinking, okay, I'm going to run out of things to say. Well, this is where you have to get re-excited about your business. You have to kind of go back into what you're doing. Why did you get into your business to begin with? When Jerry, you became an accountant, and now you're an accountant, you have all this accounting stuff, and now you're looking for people, but now what social media is telling you to do is get re-excited about accounting. Take out all that fun stuff that you found exciting and reinvent it on the web. Give, like obviously tax season just passed. Well, now what you can do is say to the person that doesn't typically prepare for the upcoming tax season, put out some reminders about that. Maybe there is a new software program that somebody that can't afford a big accountant that somebody could use. You could do some recommendations that way. In this case, in the coffee business, there is always some type of newfangled coffee bean coming out, things of that nature. Get into your business, because the more excited to get about your business you get, the more creative you get on your social medias.